We are live at Buffalo Wild Wings tonight, joined by the Madison Central baseball team. We'll also be joined later on by the Madison Southern baseball team. It's a fun show. Got a lot to talk about tonight, guys, here at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Sports fans, the wait is over. For the next hour, sit back and enjoy the ride on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Share your thoughts and opinions on the live feed on WBON TV. And stay tuned for everything you need to know about your local sports teams, college and pro sports as well. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is served up by Buffalo Wild Wings and brought to you in part by the law office of Patrick O'Neill. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
No Samantha Burford this evening. Michael Watkins going solo, but we're joined by the Madison Central baseball team. Coach Roof has got the kids tonight, so he couldn't make it over, but we're joined by Colton Perkins, Bryce Travis, and Brandon Anderson. And, guys, all three of you guys have already committed to play college baseball. Talk about that first. We'll start with you, Bryce. So just talk about the relief of that, already knowing where you're going to be playing college baseball at going into your senior season.
So that was one thing I was really worried about coming in. I just wanted to get it out of the way before senior year so I could really focus on improving my game and then getting ready for the season and trying to win a state championship as it is every year. And, I mean, I found the perfect fit for myself, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, and I just saw Jacob Ferris had a good weekend for the Colonels, and, you know, you see what him and Logan are doing over there and just trying to continue that tradition of Madison Central players playing for EKU. You're going to try to do that next year, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Ferris is eating it up. He threw against, LSU. He threw a three-hitter last weekend. Yeah. LT's hitting the ball like crazy. I mean, he's hitting every time he gets up to the plate, he's ready to hit a double or something.
Well, talk about what position are you going to play on? Because you can kind of do it all over here at Central. Have they told you where they want you at over there next year?
Yeah, I'm going to pitch whenever I get there. Okay. Yeah, left-handed pitcher. So that's where I think I'm going to see pretty much all my time.
Well, Brandon, we'll talk to you about is what you're going to be playing at Louisville. So you're going to Louisville. That's kind of a big deal going to play for the Cardinals. And we talk about that. Talk about that process, how it kind of played out, and how you ended up going to Louisville.
Yeah, I never expected to be committed as a junior. Right pieces fell into place and everything. And McDonald does a great job. I love him, Coach McDonald. And yeah.
Well, now you had the record. So let's talk about some of the stuff that you all do to kind of get ready for the season. I came down there and I got some footage of you. What is that? Is it like the
Farmer's Walk?
The Farmer's Walk. Yeah. So you broke the record with that. I don't know who had it before you, but
yeah, I had my own. Yeah.
You broke your own.
Yeah.
Tooting his own horn out there anyway. But talk about how some of the stuff that you all do to get ready for the season, and just like how big of a deal that was for you to just break another record there as far as that.
That's the Whitaker Bank Challenge. A lot of colleges do that. They call it Omaha Challenge. It's basically mental toughness, building team bonding. So we just try and push through that kind of stuff, and it helps us in the season for sure.
Well, speaking of team bonding, I want to ask you all about this. I know back around Christmas time, you all did the Team Santa event where you went out and you picked your own teammate actually this year, but you all do it every year, Coach Roof, and the team does it every year, where you all go out and you buy gifts for maybe a less fortunate family, and this year it just happened to be one of your teammates. So talk about that and just how important that is of a team bonding experience.
Yeah, it's a big senior thing, so I wasn't involved in it, but for sure we all donate money, and they go get gifts, go to dinner, and they go surprise them. It's a good thing for them.
Well, you are a senior, Coach. Let's talk about that experience of getting to be a part of that, and just seeing how you all can impact people off of the field.
So it's a pretty special thing for the community that you'd be able to help out, and we had a player named Brenton Fox. Great guy, never asked for anything, and is always first to volunteer when you need some help. And I don't want to get into it, but Britton's been dealt a bad hand of cards. So we were at practice, and Coach Roof brought up Christmas, and I said, I think instead of doing like a random family that we choose, that we should help out Brenton. So everyone donated. The limit was $20, but I think everyone donated over $20. So we made a pretty good amount, and we got him, his grandmother, and his baby sister all gifts. So it's pretty special to be able to see that and know him personally. So it's pretty great.
Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures, and I mean, you could just see that was a pretty big deal for you all to be able to do that, especially for somebody you know, because I feel like, it's a big deal what you all do, but when you do it with somebody you know and you can see the impact, and I'm sure that family will remember that for the rest of their lives.
It was very hard to keep it a secret, too. Yeah. We knew about it for 2 weeks, and we were around him every day, and we tried to keep it a secret, and it was tough. But
how did you find out what he wanted? Did you have to have somebody kind of sneak that question into him? Or?
Yeah, so I told him, because he's pretty much family. He stays at my house all the time. I told him, we're going to get you Christmas gifts anyway. He didn't know about all of us getting them, but I said, so what are some things that you want? And he told us, and then I was at their house one day, and I just kind of looked around, and we call her Mimi. She's pretty much the team grandma, to be honest with you.
Yes.
And, she was talking about things that she needed, and we got Piper, the little sister, just basic things. And, we just kind of, hinted at him, and I don't know how he didn't pick up on it, but he didn't. So the best part was seeing him cry, though, because no one ever seen that side of him till then, so it was pretty great.
Fox is a big character, too, on the team.
Yeah.
Huge character. Funny guy.
See him get emotional a little bit different side of him.
It's weird almost.
He kind of just brings everybody together. He
makes
doesn't,
everyone laugh.
Yeah.
Well, guys like that are important to have on a team, too,
for
right?
sure,
'Cause,
for sure. And the
after
team
a
doesn't
tough
work without that.
loss or, after a bad game, a bad practice, you can have somebody like that kind of raise your spirits
And
up.
he definitely gets it done on the field, too. It's not just that side, that energizer. He gets it done, too.
He'll have a big year this year.
Yeah, he definitely will.
So you're going to be going to Asbury. Talk
Yes,
about
sir.
your recruiting process and how you ended up there.
So when I started playing baseball, it was just kind of as a dream. I had no clue what school I was going to go to, but it was always a dream to be able to go play at the next level. And I was lucky enough that I had great coaches and great players that helped me along the way get to where I wanted to go. And when I went on a visit, it just felt like home. Coaches were great. My tour guide was very nice, and I loved everywhere. And it just so happened that another teammate of mine was going there, so we're rooming together, so the duo was kind of still there, and it was just a great fit. So it was a relief, too.
So you guys, it seemed like the tradition of Coach Roof and Madison Central baseball, you all just keep sending guys to play at the next level.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And this year, no different. You got guys coming up that are going to be doing the same thing. Talk about this team and what your expectations are this year.
All right, so every single season, we go in with a mindset that our end-all goal is to win state.
Yeah.
However, we know that doesn't come easy, and things have to fall into place. So we focus on, starting from the jump during the fall, we get, lift every day, hit every day after school. It's optional stuff, but it's not optional. You go. And we continue that all the way through the season, try and work as hard as we can. We got a bunch of guys that just really want it. We have everybody that plays their roles and does it well, so I think we have a good chance this year.
When you look at this team, you talked about the roles you've got to have guys like that can be a utility player or be a guy that can come off and pinch run or pinch hit. And that's what makes a team special. Do you guys have that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Our main thing is, no complaining, no excuses. And everyone realizes, if someone's not playing, they're not upset about it. They realize, you know what, we're going to be a cheerleader this game. And, if I get in, I'm going to make the most of my situation. But that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about how is blank going to do. If their job that game is to come in the last inning and pump strikes, they're going to get it done. That's just how we are. So everyone really knows their role or their job, and they do it to the best of their ability every day.
However, they are busting their tail to get on the field every time. We got a bunch of guys that can just compete. We got so many people at every position. It's competition daily.
Competitive.
It's
competitive, but everyone. It's not. You don't want just yourself to succeed.
Yeah, you want your guy ahead of you to succeed, but you also want him to know that if he messes up, you're right there to take his spot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's good for a team too, because you know that if you're not held accountable, if you have a bad 2 or 3 game stretch, if somebody behind you can step up and fill that void. And in baseball, there's going to be times where you're going to need somebody to step up.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, as you all said before we came on the air, 6 games in 7 days, it might be a good time to get somebody on the field, and that's 6-7 game stretch to begin the season.
That's basically what he's been preaching to us is we're going to give people opportunities. Everybody that's working hard, they deserve an opportunity as well. We're going to see everybody perform at the best of their ability every game that they get out there, and then we're definitely going to have a chance to see a lot of arms because of how much many games we have.
To go along with that, last year, Carter Ruffner, out of nowhere, came in playing varsity, saved 3 games in a row. Just came in there and got it done. No excuses, And he kind of, JV, he put up good numbers, and he came into a varsity game in Niceville, Florida. First play of the game, Auburn commit, right? He went to Auburn commit. Ole Miss commit. Okay. Lined one. Into the gap, and I look out, and Ruffner's just vertical, horizontal, just laying out for it. Saved 2 runs. Just was ready to go. So there's always guys that you don't expect to be up there that come in and make a big deal. So
you all always play a tough schedule, and I think that's kind of helps you get ready for the postseason. And this year I saw Scott County, I saw Trinity coming to town, even Madison Southern. They're a dangerous team. With you got Cruz and Britton and Hunter. You got all those guys that can play over there as well. So just talk about, first of all, the 11th region. We'll start with you, Bryce, and then your schedule and some of the big games you'll have this year.
I mean, you're going in and you got the previous state champion in our region already, Tate's Creek. Lafayette's going to be a solid team this year. Catholic's going to be good. I mean, everybody competes. Even if they're not the greatest team in the region, they could go to other regions and win. Like, that's just how it is. And I mean, our schedule and overall is tough. I mean, our 2 scrimmages are this past year state champion and the year before that state champion, and we do that Thursday and Saturday this week.
That's one way to get ready for the season, right?
Yeah. We want to put ourselves in the best position. Come tournament time, no matter who they throw, no matter who comes at us, we're ready for it, ready for a good game.
We load up in the regular season, and we see the ace for every team in the 11th region. Always a really good pitcher in the 11th region, so we got to get ready for that.
Well, I think that's what helps you all, too, is you have so many different options that you can, throw your 4th or 5th guy, and he's still going to make an impact against the other team's ace. And when you've got so many different weapons that you can throw out there, and Colton being the catcher, you say this a lot, you've got so many different guys that you can catch. Talk about how important that is to have these different options, especially when you're playing these big of a games throughout the regular season.
It's very effective. We've got the big hard thrower left-handed pitcher over here, 90 mile an hour come through and bust you up. And then we've got our new closer, coming throwing sidearm. Yeah. And we've got guys who can slow it down, and artists paint the corners. Bobby Vasquez has the dirtiest curveball I've ever seen. So it's good, like straight down 12-6, gets people on their toes. And
easy now. Can't be telling everybody.
Don't be giving away the
we have a ton of weapons, and it's really, really nice. Every day. I've only went to Central, so I don't know if these other schools, maybe they're not, maybe their 6 isn't, maybe they're worried about their 6, but I mean our 6, he's going to get the job done either way. We're going to make sure of that. We've got guys who can do everything. Dawson Hall, artist, change-ups, dirty. So it's just nice to be able to know we always have a shot.
Big new weapon I see is Sean Lyle.
Sean Lyle, yeah.
Last year we had Cameron Travis, his brother, his sidearm. Probably one of our best relievers last year for sure. And Sean Lyle's taking his role, his sidearm.
Every year we've had somebody that's a closer when you come into the game, they're going to do well. Like James Goebel was the year before and the year before that. And then we also had Cameron last year that was just dominant. I mean, every game he stepped on the field, we just knew. It was at that point, I knew it.
Going off of that, it works that way because when Goebel's senior year, he taught Cameron. Cameron's senior year, he taught Sean, and that's how everything goes.
Just passing the knowledge.
Yeah,
I
think
that's how we do it for everybody. It's not
just pitchers, just everyone.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what's helped this program keep this tradition alive since Coach Roof has been there, because you have everybody wanting to see this program succeed. And I've been there. I've been doing the games for the last 5 or 6 years, and to me, it's cool seeing some of these guys that have went off to college coming back on their spring break and watching you guys and being in the dugout and just still being a part of this team, even though they're not on the team anymore. They're at the next level playing. They still come back and they still contribute and they still want to keep this tradition alive at Madison Central.
I mean, even today we had Devin Hukel came back and he was watching practice. We've had my older brother came back the other day.
And who was the kid that went to Cincinnati?
Lucas Myers. Lucas was back the other day. Yes. We always got guys coming back. They just the way that we do the program, it really pushes you to be self-sufficient and do it yourself. Coach was saying is like, make it so I can die and we could still run properly. Obviously, we don't want that, but that is insane. And, I mean, every guy that has pushed themselves and pushed others, they come back to see what kind of, marks that they've left, what kind of trail they paved.
And it's just a family, man. I mean, everybody wants to come back and be with the family. Everyone gets along so well. Everyone likes spending time on the field and off the field. I mean, we hang out every day, every night. It's just everyone likes being around everybody, and whenever they leave and graduate, they miss it and they want to come back.
Before we let you all go, let's talk about Coach Rue first of all. You see a lot more stuff about the off-the-field stuff now. And, we talked about the Team Santa thing. We talked about just how he's helping with the team bonding. Talk about him as a coach and not only what you've learned from him baseball-wise, but just in general, what have you learned from Coach Rue?
Let me go first. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So the second we stepped on Central's campus, it was never like, this is just baseball. I mean, I know not a lot of people know this, but we do a daily quote, which is like a life lesson that we pertain to baseball, the classroom, off the court. And it's really just to prepare us for life. It's not like yes, baseball is important right now and he wants to win. That's his job, is to put us in the best position to win. But also he wants to see us become great fathers, great brothers, great sons. I mean, great everything in society. And that's really what he pushes more than anything.
Brandon, same with you.
Yeah, you'll never meet someone like Coach Roof who always thinks he's baseball. He goes home, thinks baseball. Yeah. He's always trying to help us out, man.
Colton, I mean, something Coach Roof has taught you that.
I think Coach Roof taught me. I'll tell you this. Coach Roof will tell you how it is. He's not going to sugarcoat it.
And that's good.
That's
Especially
how you
when
want
season
it.
comes
yeah,
in. Season starts.
Yeah, you don't want it to be
100%,
sugarcoated.
right?
You want it to be right there how it is. And he does that, but it's not. He doesn't put you down. You know, he'll tell you how it is and then tell you how to fix it. Yeah. But I mean, going on the quote thing. I mean, the first rule is be early. It shows you care. Just things like that. You know, it teaches you how to be a better man and to own your response. You know, if you do something wrong, you got to own up to it, and you got to be okay with it. And so what? Next pitch, next thing. You're on to the next thing. It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
So you guys open up the season on Monday at home versus
Montgomery County.
And Tuesday at home versus Southern. We will be there for that one. That'll be live on WBON TV. Get out and support these guys. Listen, baseball season is here. We hated that basketball ended the way it did.
Yeah.
I know it was a tough loss.
Yeah.
And before we let you guys go,
Oh gosh.
I gotta. What's with the sports bra, man?
God.
I see you over there. I had my guys zoom in. I said, "Look at Bryce. Where's the guy at home?"
I am an all-out person in the studio.
I love it.
section.
I love this. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't yours. You had to fight it.
No, don't listen to that. It was
No, yeah. For every theme, I tried to go all out this senior year, especially because I was a section leader, so I was like the one that everybody tried to follow. So I tried to go all out. It was a lot of fun.
Well, you definitely did that night, my man.
I enjoyed it.
Well, guys, good luck this year. I know you got it's practice. Man, you guys hopefully got your uniforms on. Did y'all just come from practice?
Yeah, we just got
out.
a modified scrimmage.
Well, good luck this year. Look forward to covering you guys. We'll see you on Tuesday. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's the Madison Central baseball team. We'll take a commercial break, guys, and come right back. We are live at Buffalo Wild Wings here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Is everybody buckled in? I want to make sure you're buckled in. You're more important. Oh, guys, you're important too. Remember, everyone's important, so buckle up to and from the ball game. Come on, let's go.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and, of course, our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe, as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. For when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
What happened to us? We used to gather in proud arenas. Now we're watching March Madness while stuck in work holes.
Loser.
Jerk. Or shoved in man caves. We've been left alone with a DVR replay while trying not to wake the baby. Enough! Let's make our Fancestors proud and follow the tribe to B-dubs so we can fill our beers, crush all the wings, and pound every single game. You want madness? That's March Madness. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
We are back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show live at Buffalo Wild Wings. And folks, next week, it's already here. We're going to have Selection Sunday next Sunday. And here on Buffalo Wild Wings, the sports show next Monday, we will release our brackets. We take part with our media partner, 100.7 The Coyote, with the Man Chrysler Bracket Challenge. And we'll have that coming up for you next week as well. It'll be a big deal. You can win $50,000 if you complete the entire bracket correctly. And we'll also have some smaller gift packages as well, a flat screen TV from Aaron's. It's a big deal coming up as part of the bracket challenge with our media partner, 100.7 The Coyote. And for more details on that, you can visit WCYOFM.com. And next Monday on the sports show, we will go through the bracket and kind of give our predictions as well. It's a fun time right now as we look back on the tough losses that we had in basketball. I mean, both Estill County and Madison Central going down in the first round of their respective regional tournaments. Estill County losing to Knott County Central 45-44 in the first round of the 14th region tournament. Joe Benton missed a game-winning shot And listen, if y'all know Joe Benton, you won't meet a nicer kid. We've had him on the sports show plenty of times, and would have loved to have seen that shot go in for him. Would have been a great way for him to end his senior season and or to continue his senior season had he knocked that shot down. But Estill County losing 45-44 in the first round of the 14th region tournament. And it was a tough game. Knott County Central was playing at home. They're the host school, so they're playing their games at home. And for Estill County to go on the road, basically, only lose by one, a tough way to end the season and a tough way to end the career of Joe Benton for the Estill County Engineers. Now, again, they will be heading into baseball season under the direction of first-year head coach Blake Crow. As for Madison Central, last week, same thing for them. They lose a heartbreaker to Tates Creek in the first round of the 11th region. Had the basketball inbounding with 7.7 on the clock. They come inbounds to Trey Skaggs. Skaggs, again, not a bad play by him or who to put the blame on. It was just kind of a crazy situation as Skaggs went to catch the ball. He kind of just went through his hands. Tates Creek picks it up and somehow in less than 7 seconds able to throw the ball up the floor and lay it in, and Tates Creek advanced eventually to the loser, Scott County. And how about that for Scott County? Lexington Catholic, the #1 ranked team in the state, loses in the 11th region finals to Scott County. Kind of a crazy thing that happened there, but again, two heartbreaking losses for Estill County and Madison Central in the boys basketball regional tournaments last week. Hate to see the season end, but now we turn our attention over to baseball. Again, we have Madison Central on just a moment ago. We're going to be joined by Madison Southern here in just a moment as the Eagles get ready for their games next week as well. We also have Madison Central's girls and Estill County's girls, Berea boys and girls, all losing in the first round. And it's sad to see basketball come to an end. I had so much fun this year getting to see Chad Fugit, who him and Hunter Buchanan were amazing this year for Austin Newton's team. They're building something very special over there in Berea with what Coach Swords is doing and Coach Newton at Southern. Those two guys doing a great job with their programs. The same thing over here with Model. I mean, Cruz Pingleton had a great senior season. John Morrison in his first year. They're going to be really good next year. They bring back Bryson Perry and his younger brother. That team's going to be a lot better heading into next season. And then the same for Madison Central. I mean, look what they bring back. Literally everybody that played this season key minutes for the Indians will be back next year. And them and Lex Cath and you see what some of these younger teams are doing. It's going to be a very interesting 11th region next year on the boys' hardwood. I hate to see basketball come to an end again, but now we turn our attention over to baseball. We are going to take another commercial break. When we come back, Jay Langfels is here, and he is ready to get the season started. He's got some guys with him as well. We will talk to them when we come back. We are live at Buffalo Wild Wings. When we come back, again, Madison Southern, the baseball team, will join us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Is everybody buckled in? I want to make sure you're buckled in. You're more important. Oh, guys, you're important too. Remember, everyone's important, so buckle up to and from the ball game. Come on, let's go.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and, of course, our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe, as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. For when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
What happened to us? We used to gather in proud arenas. Now we're watching March Madness while stuck in work holes.
Loser.
Jerk. or shoved in man caves. We've been left alone with a DVR replay while trying not to wake the baby. Enough! Let's make our Fancestors proud and follow the tribe to B-dubs so we can fill our beers, crush all the wings, and pound every single game. You want madness? That's March Madness. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
We are live back at Buffalo Wild Wings here for the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. And Coach Langfeld is like, I talked to you as soon as you took the job. It seemed like you've been here for a while now, but this is your first full season as the head coach of Madison Southern, and you've got a pretty good team coming in this year. Talk about, first of all, these guys you've got here with us tonight, and then we'll talk about the team in general.
Yeah, we got seniors, Titus Haskins, Ethan Woods, and Tanner Hembry. There's 6 seniors total, so these guys are special. I always talk about their character and all their signings and their college signings this last couple of months or so. So it's been exciting to kind of be a part of that in their lives with their families.
I know, Titus, you just signed last week, right?
Yes, sir. Actually,
pull your mic up there.
I signed Monday. Was it Monday?
Last Monday, okay.
Yeah.
So, and you're going to?
I'm going to Cumberland's.
Cumberland's, that's
University,
right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've got a lot of really good players on your team. You look at Brenton Roberts going, I think, East Tennessee State, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then, I mean, you got Cruz Newman, Hunter Buchanan. Those guys been busy with basketball, but I know they're ready to get the baseball season started. And you all open up the season on Monday versus Frederick Douglass. You know, I've been around the 11th region for a while now, and it seems like the 11th region baseball as a whole is almost kind of a mini state tournament. There are so many really good baseball teams within the 11th region, and you've been around here for a while. You know how competitive it is to be a part of the 11th region.
Yeah, it's a tough region. There's no easy team whenever you're playing these teams in the 11th region, but you know, it's the challenging part of it is just to get these guys bought into. It's a process that every day you show up and put in the work, and at the end of the season you'll be in good shape as long as you put one day before don't look too far ahead.
You know, whenever you're a player, and I've been there, now they're going into their 3rd coach in their 3rd season. That can be hard on a team, and it can be hard on some of these players that have been through different coaches over the last few years. What have you tried to do to make that process easier on them?
I don't know if I did anything intentionally. They're pretty hungry as far as like they want to be successful and leave their mark on this program, and it's more of just having conversations and build relationships. That's first, and then once I know most of these guys, but entering a lot of freshmen and sophomores that I didn't know, allowing them to take ownership of the program was one of the things that I wanted to do, that I had vision for when I was a player, and I wanted more ownership. And so I wanted to do that, and they've taken the ownership of it and kind of ran with it. It's pretty special to kind of watch.
Tanner, this is a big deal for you guys. You guys going into your senior season. What are some of the goals that you all have set?
Goals for just seniors, just leaving a legacy for the younger guys. Just putting all them forth, and just like Coach Langfeld said, just not looking too far ahead, just focusing on the first game, obviously Frederick Douglass, and just leaving the jersey better than we found it.
What are you all, when you prepare game by game, what are you trying to do to prepare for Frederick Douglass? Because going into the first game of the season, you don't really know what to expect from other teams. So what are you all doing to prepare for them?
Coach Langfeld's pointed out the other day that just every day of practice you get 1% better, and just put everything forth, and just it'll all work out like we want it to.
Ethan, when you talk about this team, you got a lot of talented guys. With, up and down this roster, you got guys that have been successful and are going to continue to be successful. What does that give you as far as confidence going into the season?
I think we're going to be very, very, consistent with everything we do, and that's something that we all take pride in.
Well, Coach Langfeld has been successful as a player. What have you learned from him that maybe you didn't know going into your senior season from what he's done or what he's been able to see out there and playing at the collegiate level and at the pro level?
He really puts forth in our energy and how we react with our teammates, and how that really just brings us all together as a whole.
We look at what the basketball team's done and the football team has done. They've kind of helped bring Madison Southern into the spotlight a little bit. Mm-hmm. What do you all want to try to do to kind of continue and make sure that you all do your part and help and bring the level of this school up?
We want to be the most consistent we can with everything and know that we're going to be in ball games and that we're going to get the job done.
Titus, you guys have got a pretty good team. You know, you look at some of these guys that are on your roster, and it's got to give you confidence going into the year, right?
Right, yeah, definitely. We have a good team, probably one of the best ones we've had in the past 4 or 5 years, and I'm just ready to get the season started.
What has Coach Langfels told you about what you're going to be able, your role kind of is with this team this year?
He's kind of told me he's wanted me to be like a leader of the team, kind of lead by example, and that the younger players look up to me, and that I need to take advantage of that.
Coach, you know, you were under Coach Thompson. And what did you kind of learn from him in your time working with him?
Oh man, that whole experience is that he's been such a great friend and more like family. You know, he's done so many things for me and given me responsibilities and maybe ones that I've earned. You know, so he's taught me a lot about relationships with the guys. To be as far as like the program and things, he's really given me ownership of a lot of small things that you don't think about as a head coach, you know, with the camps and the way you're seen in the community and the way you're seen on social media. Yeah. And I think that's part that you don't really think about when you're a young coach, but you know, he's done so much for me and my family.
Speaking of social media, you know, back when you played, even when I played, they didn't have this, you know, Twitter and Facebook and doing the games live and going, you know, being able to go back and watch them. And so talk about how things have changed since when you played and how now as a coach you're having to kind of react to that stuff.
I think it's an exciting time as a player. I mean, there's so much information out there and you can do your own recruiting. I think there's so many programs, whether it's Perfect Game or preps that, I mean, if you want to be seen and you want to be play at the next level, is that you can do that. Yeah. I think whenever we played, it was, you played summer ball and hopefully a coach shows up to your games and hopefully you do good. I don't know. Even to this day, I have no idea when Eastern saw me. I have no idea.
Well, it worked out, though.
Hey, I guess. I don't know.
What are you, when you head into the season Monday, what are you trying in these next few days as you prepare for the season? What are you really trying to push to these guys to help prepare for game number 1 and for the season in general?
I think this whole preseason has been about trying to learn your process and being able to prepare. And not just prepare for comfort, but prepare for yourself for when it hits the fan. Because a lot of about this game is failure. And with young players, you have to be able to bounce back and make adjustments. And that's kind of what I've tried to focus in. Is like, you show up each day. You have 2 hours for practice. And you give it all the focus and energy that you have. In those 2 hours, and it is what it is. You move on, and whether you were evaluated, you didn't do good, and the next day you show up and you go put in the work.
You got Coach Newton, who's still only in his second year. Coach Turley's saying that in his first year this past year. A lot of young guys over there right now that are taking over the reins at Madison Southern, and you got guys like Coach Clark who've been around a while. What have you learned from those guys and heading into your first season as a head coach of the Eagles baseball team?
Those guys have been really great for me. Austin and John and even Lunsford on the soccer team and Turley especially in the science department who we've spoken with, and we have group messages where we speak and we promote each other and where we push hard, especially in tough times in the season, and I've leaned on them a lot, and they've with questions about how I should do certain things or how I should approach this or that, and they have great insight and they've been really positive. They're great coaches and they have a lot of experience, and even though we might be different coaches, but like they have something that I took from them and that I use. So it's each of them.
Tanner, is there one thing that you're looking forward to this year? Is there one game or a trip, or is there what is as you're heading into your senior season? What are you most looking forward to?
Not this like a Pacific game. Obviously, I'm looking forward to spring break before the trip. Just last season.
Good little team bonding experience, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great time spring break. Just last senior, being a senior.
Ethan, same question for you.
I'm really looking forward to play Lafayette again. I mean, we lost to them in the semifinal last year, and I think we're more prepared than we were last year.
Titus, I know this is a big deal for you. You just signed to play college baseball. So now that that's kind of behind you, what are you looking forward to do this upcoming year?
I'm looking forward to just do the best we can in each game. We don't prepare any different for any certain game. We go in the same. We just have to execute, compete, and win. Do the best we can each game.
Yeah, Coach, you've got a lot of senior leadership. I know that's important, especially whenever you've got a schedule like you guys have. Just before we let you guys go, just talk about this senior class and how having guys like this, especially in your first year, make it a little bit easier as the head coach.
Oh, no, they're a blessing. I think I said that, in each and every single one of these guys' signings, that I can challenge them, and you can just see it in their eyes when I'm speaking to them. They're taking it in, and they're using it, and it shows up. And I couldn't be more happy with the group of guys that I have, and I just hope that we can reach these goals for them, and that way, they can win the last game of the season, and that they leave this program better than they found it, and that there's something they're proud of, and they can come back and say, you know what, we put in everything we had, and I may not miss this game, because I tell them all the time, you really don't miss this game. It's too hard, but you'll miss the guys, and I want them to understand that it's not about this game is too hard, and it's about the boys. It's about your relationships that you leave.
Well, you guys have got a tough schedule. You begin the season at home versus Frederick Douglass, and then that's Monday night. Then next Tuesday, you're over here in Richmond taking on Madison Central. For folks that may not know, is there a Facebook page and you have Twitter? Just tell them where they can go to get information about the team and where they can find out game information as well.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. We have a Twitter. It's MSHS Baseball underscore, and I think our Instagram is the same exact. Okay. That's MSHS Baseball underscore, and we use the Instagram to kind of promote the boys, to show them their own videos, their highlights of their swings and stuff. And I'm still kind of getting the hang of it. I don't do a very good job on my own Instagram.
Well, just go find you like a 12-year-old girl somewhere.
Okay.
They'll explain it to you.
You're right.
I've got one too, and I'm like, all mine are pictures of my daughter and son, so it's a little bit harder for us to figure it out. But I think my wife's got I posted a picture last week. It was the first one I'd posted in like 3 or 4 pictures just of my son. So I'm not as active on there as I am. But the IG is what the young folks say, right? Is that what they say? Yeah. Am I getting that right? Okay.
You got it. Yeah.
Well, Coach, good luck this year. We'll look forward to covering you guys. And anytime y'all want to come on the show, promote a game or anything, just feel free to holler at us.
Excellent. Thank you so much for having us. I appreciate it.
That is the Eagles baseball team. They will open up the season at home Monday versus Frederick Douglass. Then we'll have a game for them next Tuesday right here in Richmond, barring no rain, hopefully. We'll be over here in Richmond taking on the Madison Central Indians. We'll take another commercial break, guys, and we'll come back. We are live at Buffalo Wild Wings here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Is everybody buckled in? I want to make sure you're buckled in. You're more important. Oh, guys, you're important too. Remember, everyone's important, so buckle up to and from the ball game. Come on, let's go.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and, of course, our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe, as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. For when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
What happened to us? We used to gather in proud arenas. Now we're watching March Madness while stuck in work holes.
Loser.
Jerk. Or shoved in man caves. We've been left alone with a DVR replay while trying not to wake the baby. Enough! Let's make our Fancestors proud and follow the tribe to B-dubs so we can fill our beers, crush all the wings, and pound every single game. You want madness? That's March Madness. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
We are back at Buffalo Wild Wings here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, and a special happy birthday shout-out. Madeline Durson over there just turned 7 years old today, and she's celebrating at Buffalo Wild Wings. Happy birthday to her. Glad she's over here enjoying some B-dubs tonight as we are live here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Get a good shot of her. Look at Austin working double duty, producing and the camera work here this evening. Come in and get Matt. You wave at it. There we go. You can see Madeline over there hanging out on her 7th birthday today. Tell you what, guys, we have been very busy the last couple of weeks. Again, Estill County, Madison Central, the boys basketball teams, heartbreaking losses in the first round of their respective regional tournaments. And, you know, I hated to see basketball come to an end. We had so much fun this year. We had so many good games, and seeing some of these really good players come through the ranks with their teams, it's going to be hard to replace some of these guys. I know over in Southern you got to replace Chad Fugit Buchanan. Trent Marble didn't even get to play this year. And Estill County, you got to replace Joe Benton. And it's at Model, you got to replace Cruz Pingleton. And over on the girls' side, it's going to be really hard to replace some of these players. But we've got a lot of really good young talent on the basketball hardwood. And I think that the programs and the teams are headed in the right direction. And I'm excited to see kind of where these teams go throughout the next few years. And very glad to be a part of covering some of these teams and giving some of these young athletes some exposure. The EKU basketball team obviously didn't end the way the Colonels would have liked. The EKU advanced in the first round, to the quarterfinals in the OVC tournament. They ended up losing to Belmont in the OVC semifinals, who eventually went on to win the OVC conference tournament. But EKU was so good this year. A.W. Hamilton was crowned the OVC Coach of the Year, and rightfully so. You had first team All-OVC Jamaro Brown. Trey King was first team second team All-OVC. These guys are they're young. And again, you look at the young talent in the high school ranks. We got a really good young team coming back for Coach A.W. Hamilton next year. Michael Moreno and just all the talent that EKU basketball team is going to be bringing back. This makes you excited to be able to cover them as well. When you look back at what Coach Hamilton has done, they go 6-12 in his first year in the conference, 12-6 in the second year of his conference, which is why he was crowned OVC Coach of the Year. And this team was very, very good. You going to talk to me now? No? Okay. Come on, but it's Madeline's little brother. He's in here. I'm trying to get him to talk to me, Austin. He ain't going to do it, though. He's a little bit nervous. But again, in the first round of the OVC conference the quarterfinals, EKU defeated Tennessee State 58-48. And really, they fell behind in the first half, but a half-court shot by Hobbs to end the first half kind of gave them some momentum heading into the second half. They go on to defeat Tennessee State 58-48. And it was a good all-around game for the Colonels as they come from behind and pick up the big win. Really got hot in the early stages of the second half to kind of come back and then build a big lead and kind of coast to the finish there in the quarterfinals. But I was talking about some of these young guys that Coach Hamilton's going to be bringing back. It just continues to I think, kind of increase the hype level and the interest level in EKU basketball. And again, next week, I mean, it seemed like it went by pretty fast, but the OVC tournament, it's over with. Some of these smaller conferences, they're wrapping up their conference tournaments this past weekend. Saw Utah State beat San Diego State on the last second shot. And you got Gonzaga playing San Francisco tonight, St. Mary's versus BYU in the West Coast Conference semifinals. So that one will end tomorrow. And this is what it's all about, the madness of this month. It is so much fun to be a basketball fan right now. And even though our Colonels are not playing in it anymore, you can still focus on what Kentucky's doing. I mean, they had a big win over Florida this past weekend without Ashton Hagans, and the drama kind of surrounding this team. If you have Instagram, we were talking about that with Coach Langfels, you go over to Ashton Hagans' Instagram page. He did a little live video where he was cheering for the team. Last night they had a little interesting video where they poured water on somebody. They were kind of a little team bonding thing that they were doing, kind of just joking around with some of their teammates. So, you know, I believe what Coach Cal did was he talked to Ashton after the Tennessee game, And he said, Hagens, listen, we've got to do something. They didn't call it a suspension, but Ashton did not make the trip with them to Florida. He set out that game. And if you think that they don't need Ashton Hagens to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament, then you are sadly mistaken. Point guard play is so important during the NCAA tournament. And I know Emmanuel Quickly and Tyrese Maxey can play that point guard position, but you got to have Hagens out there defensively to kind of be the catalyst and calm things down. Because when you got all three of those guys playing in sync with one another and playing at their highest level, that is when Kentucky is a very dangerous basketball team. And the latest bracketology, if you will, I think that Joe Lunardi tweeted out, was that I think he had Kentucky as a 2 seed in his latest bracket. So the 1 seeds, according to Joe Lunardi, would be Kansas in the Midwest, Baylor in the South, Gonzaga in the West, and Dayton in the East. And Kentucky, according to Joe Lunardi, would be the 2 seed in Dayton's bracket. Villanova would be the 3 seed, and Maryland would be the 4 seed. And then the other 2 seeds would be Creighton, who would be in the Midwest, Florida State in the South, and San Diego State in the West. Duke would be the 3 seed in the Midwest, Michigan State the 3 seed in the South, and Seton Hall the 3 seed in the West. And then Wisconsin, Oregon, and Louisville will be your other 4 seeds. And listen, if I'm a Kentucky fan, and you're going to say that Dayton is my 1 seed, Villanova is my 3, and Maryland is my 4, I am saying let's start this tournament today. And I don't know if the Cats can move up any further. I think the 2 seed is probably the best they can do. But they've got to make a good run in the SEC tournament to keep that 2 seed. I think many people thought that the loss to Tennessee would hurt them and kind of push them back on that 3 line. But the way they played against Florida without their point guard, I think kind of solidified them. And as of now, I can see them being a 2 seed. And according to Lunardi, Gonzaga, even with the loss in the WCC tournament, will be the number 1 seed in the West. They face against San Francisco tonight. Both teams in the second WCC final, BYU and St. Mary's, are also solidly in the NCAA field. BYU projects as a number 4 seed, where St. Mary's would be a number 8 seed. And there are bubble teams everywhere who are pulling for Tennessee State in the Southern Conference final versus Wofford tonight. ETSU would receive some serious at-large consideration in defeat. So, you know, those bubble teams are real important right now because you've got these conference tournaments going on where if the top team in that conference is upset, it might open up or it might take away a team or a spot that a team like your Marquette or Arizona State or Stanford, Indiana, some of those teams that are vying for a spot in the NCAA tournament, they could lose out if, you know, one of these mid-major teams get upset in their conference tournament. And I think the team to look out for is North Carolina. I know Jaden, their producer on the radio side, is a big Carolina fan. The only way that North Carolina can make it into the NCAA tournament is if they win the ACC. And you got a guy like Cole Anthony. Point guard play is so big this time of year. But you got a guy like Cole Anthony who, if he can get this team playing well, if they can get healthy now, heading into the ACC tournament, if they can make a run and win this thing, then that takes another spot away from one of these bubble teams who would be kind of hanging on the fence right now. And I wouldn't be surprised. Carolina has got the talent. They've got the coach. And if they can put a run together in the ACC tournament, then they could be very, very dangerous and, again, could take away a spot from one of these bubble teams that are kind of hanging on the fence right now. It has been a very fun show. Again, if you like taking part in the madness that is March and you like these bracket challenges, Buffalo Wild Wings does one that's for free where you can come over here, get on the Blazing Rewards app. If you have not done so yet, make sure you sign up for that Blazing Rewards. Doesn't cost you anything. It's an app you download. And right now, if you do that, you can get ready for the bracket challenge that they have where you can win free food. And you get points. Every time you eat over here at Buffalo Wild Wings, you get points on the app where eventually you can build up and you can get free food, free appetizers, a burger, whatever the case may be. So that builds up for you. You can get free food over here at Buffalo Wild Wings, courtesy of the Blazing Rewards app. And again, when the brackets go live, you can check out the bracket challenge on that app. We will also be partnering up with our media partner, 100.7 The Coyote, as they do their own bracket challenge. And if you can win up to $50,000 as part of that bracket challenge, We're also going to be giving away a flat screen TV to the overall winner locally. We're going to have gift cards from several local restaurants. It'll be a very fun bracket challenge that we are doing with our media partner, 100.7 The Coyote. For more information right now, you can go online to WCYOFM.com and get the entire details on our website right now, WCYOFM.com. And when the brackets go live, you can actually go on there and fill out your bracket on WCYOFM.com. And again, the overall winner of the tournament bracket challenge this year on the Coyote will receive a flat screen TV from Aaron's. And if you get a perfect bracket, you can win up to $50,000. Again, that's part of the bracket challenge with 100.7 The Coyote, our media partner. It has been a very fun show. Thank you to Madison Central, the baseball team, for coming over. Madison Southern as well. There's our GM, Tommy Barton, hanging out with us tonight as well here at Buffalo Wild Wings. And again, guys, it is that time of year. We are going to turn our attention over to baseball. Our very first game of the year will be next Tuesday, Madison Central, Madison Southern. That's how we will begin baseball season. We're going to have Estill County and Southern in a couple of weeks, Estill County and Central, Berea and Southern. We'll have a game in a couple of weeks. We'll have that one for you as well. We've got some softball games lined out. Our schedule will be complete later on this week. You can visit WBONTV.com later on this week to see the entire schedule for our list of games, both TV and radio, once we get that complete. Samantha Burford will be back with me next week. We'll be right back here at Buffalo Wild Wings as we will unveil our brackets, and you can see how you do versus us as well as part of the WCYO-FM Bracket Challenge. For all of us, our producer on the TV side, Austin Hanks, our producer on the radio side, Jaden Johnson. I am Michael Watkins, guys. Don't forget, anytime you come out to Buffalo Wild Wings, you mentioned WBON TV, they're going to give you a discount. So make sure you do that as well. Anytime you come over here to get you some good food at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Richmond Center. And also a special thank you to Jack Burford Chevrolet. It is a great time right now. Take that tax return over to Jack Burford Chevrolet and get a new Chevrolet at Jack Burford Chevrolet. You can check out their entire inventory online at jackburford.com. Me, I'm Michael Watkins. We will see you next week. Have a great week, folks, from all of us here at WBONTV.com and the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Is everybody buckled in? I want to make sure you're buckled in. You're more important. Oh, guys, you're important too. Remember, everyone's important, so buckle up to and from the ball game. Come on, let's go.
So you guys have shown us a lot of love on Facebook and, of course, our website at WBONTV.com. So we're going to let you in on a little secret, our YouTube channel. It's where all the local stories are posted first for news, and you can even catch the live stream of any of your local high school sports on there as well. Be sure to subscribe, as well as clicking on the little bell for notifications. For when we post a video go live, you'll be the first to know. And don't be afraid to share and like a video. It really helps us out here at the studio to bring you the best in local news. And of course on Facebook, hit the See First button so we come up first when you're scrolling through your timeline.
What happened to us? We used to gather in proud arenas. Now we're watching March Madness while stuck in work holes.
Loser.
Jerk. Or shoved in man caves. We've been left alone with a DVR replay while trying not to wake the baby. Enough! Let's make our fancestors proud and follow the tribe to B-dubs so we can fill our beers, crush all the wings, and pound every single game. You want madness? That's March Madness. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!